What's up, fam? How y'all doing, guys? We are having homemade stuffing my mom made, like the one I made and I put on my Instagram. So she made some yesterday, and I just wanted to talk to you guys. Wish you guys a Merry Christmas if I don't see you before. But I'm definitely gonna post. Probably I might try to post something Christmas Day and see what you guys are getting for Christmas, and let me know what y'all are doing because I'm getting nothing. I don't care about Christmas anymore, guys. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because of my brother's death and just being a shitty year this year or what's happened this year. Hold on, guys. I gotta fix the camera. I gotta have no neck. So I don't know. Oh yeah, my candle. I know it's so cute. It's so cute. Your God bless you for this one. So I told you guys I was gonna be honest on this channel, right? Honest. Okay. So I'm not going this weekend, guys. I'm on this medication, right? I'm on a bunch of medications. This one is for my GERDs. No, this one is for my PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, my depression, my anxiety, my PTSD, all that shit, right? It's this one, right? And this is 150 capsules, and this is, it doesn't tell me how many milligrams, but it sucks because it ain't doing shit. It make me depressed more. And this is my vitamin D. I'm almost done, right? And then plus I'm supposed to be on B12 that ain't doing shit to help you lose weight. Okay? And then this one is for my GERD's disease. But I want to be real with you guys, okay? I'm not going this weekend because of what happened last week. And let me be honest with you guys. I'm going to be upfront 100%, right? Okay, so you know how I was telling you guys I was going to Barcelona, can't talk. And I was doing a cruise and I was doing all this stuff, right? And I'm just telling you guys this for all the haters that'll be like, oh, Reezy Boy said he's doing something and he's not doing it, so he lied to us. Bullshit, because I don't need to lie to you guys. I'm going to be honest with you guys, okay? Up front, honest with you. But hear me out. So the reason why I'm not doing the cruise no more is because when they first came at me with the cruise, right? The cruise was $1,999, right? Last year's cruise for September of last year when we went to the Bahamas was the same amount, and my sister put down all of it, right? And then I paid her 600, 600, 600. June was our deadline. So I paid her she put it down in March. I did April, May, June, and I was paid off. I was done. The cruise wasn't until September 4th, right, of last year. So that was a cheaper cruise, and that wasn't international because that was still, it was here. You left from Florida to go to the Bahamas. It was a lot cheaper, 3-day cruise, 3-day cruise, super easy, right? So this one popped in my sister's lap earlier this year, and I was like, that sounds fun. But I think with me being Mr. Not goody two shoes, me being Mr. Peacemaker, pushover, don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, tries to please everybody. I feel like my family sees me as a retard that takes advantage of people, eat up all the food, break the furniture. I mean, like, the list goes on of how I feel that I am in this family. And this is why I said the wrong person died in this family. That's just my opinion. That's how I feel. Hear me out, right? So I went against how I felt because I did not think I was in the right time to do a cruise. I remember the last cruise I went on, I weighed 390 something or whatever. I don't even remember how much I weighed last year, right? My back didn't bother me, but I'm sweating. I'm not comfortable. There's a lot of people. Thank God I wasn't the only fat people. There were fat people bigger than me that couldn't even walk. They were using their little scooters. So they couldn't go all the way up to the 14th floor unless they took the elevator. I didn't eat that much food because it wasn't good to me. And then I was trying to make my sister happy. I was hanging out with her. I was trying to spend time with my nephews, hanging out with my ex-brother-in-law. And I was just trying to have fun for my first cruise, right? And I was a little nervous because I've seen Titanic. Anyway. So when that lady told us that price, I'm like, oh, that's easy. I can pay that off. The deadline is March of next year. So I'm like, all right, cool. I start paying on it. And then last month, like right before Thanksgiving, you get this email that the whole trip is $2,465. I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where the hell did that come from, you know? What I didn't know, and it did not say this in the first email from this traveling agency. It did not say this. It did not say we were paying for flights or a hotel room. I thought we were just flying into Barcelona and going straight to the boat from Barcelona. I didn't know we needed to stay one night in Barcelona and then get on the boat. Because I would have done it separate. I would have paid for the plane ticket, because the plane ticket from here and the hotel room was like, it came out to like, all of it came out to like $469, something like that, right? For the plane tickets. It was for the plane tickets, not the hotel room. The plane tickets. So, and then my sister told me she paid ahead for my plane ticket and my hotel room so we could snag it, because her impulse, she can't wait. You know, we jumped the boat. We went before all the other people. We were like the first ones, you know, like that, because she can't wait. I don't know why. None of her friends even bought their tickets yet to fly there or nothing, or even paid off their boats yet, or, you know, paid off the cruise yet. So I paid her last month. I paid her $260 because I owed her $469. And then I was just going to pay her another $2 this month, right? So then I get another email saying that now the whole thing went up to $3,400. I said, I'm out. Because this lady is not giving us accurate pricing. Like, it don't make sense to me. So I said, look, I don't work. I get a disability check. No one helps me buy my groceries. No one helps me pay my phone bill. Yes, I live in my parents' house. I don't have to pay electricity. I don't have to pay rent. I get it. Yeah, cool, whatever. Shut up to those people who say that shit to me. Because it's not easy, as you guys know. You guys do not see the tantrums. You guys do not get screwed out. You guys do not be called names. You do not get accused of stuff. You do not have all the shit that I'm going through. So for people to say that my life is so easy and so cushy, shut the hell up, because you don't know what I'm going through, okay? You would have to be a strong person to live in this house. Anybody else, any other sibling? No. They've all left. They can't deal with it. They've all tapped out. So don't come for me. I hate when people come for me, because stupid cousins get on here and say shit and run back and tell my mom, and they don't even know half the shit I go through, okay? So they need to stop that shit, because that pisses me off. No one knows what I'm going through. And so anyways, so I talked to the traveling agency last week, Thursday, and I told the lady, I said, and the lady's like, well, the lady was like, well, I can give you back all your money, but you know, like, you're not even halfway paid off, blah, 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 blah. She's like, you still owe the 3 something, blah, 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 blah. So you could do payment plans of, like, the cruise deadline had to be March 1st, but then the hotel and the plane ticket was June, right? And the cruise is June of next year. And so I'm like, how am I going to do it? It's still in the thousands. I just got a new phone. I'm not even in the thousands, because I'm paying off this phone now. I leased this phone for 23 months. There's no way that I can do it. I'm not even in the thousands at the beginning of the month anymore. Well, you can pay for something. I'm not paying no more. So she's like, well, think about it. I go away. I'll be back January 7th. I said, no. I'm not going. So as soon as I did that, she canceled everything else. She said, I can put all the remaining stuff or whatever onto your sister's trip to help her with her balance, because I was not going to get back the credit for the hotel or the plane tickets. They don't do that, right? They put it a credit towards your next trip. So I was like, okay, can you put that towards my sister's thing, right? To help her out. Because, you know, it's her and her boys going. So then I sent everything the lady sent me to my sister, because before this, Wednesday, my sister's literally hassling me about all this different stuff and and, you know, doing her little narcissistic thing that she does, like her mother. And then she goes and says, so, you know, she says whatever. Then I'm like trying to get off the phone with her. I'm trying to like just hang up, because she's going in circles and she don't hear you. And it's, anyways. So then I send all the text messages and everything that this agency lady is sending me straight to my sister. So she has it. She can't say twisted anything, right? So I send everything. So then she goes, okay, thank you. And she does a heart emoji. So then Saturday, and you know, mind you, she's in Ohio. She went to go see my brother's widow and the kiddos, and I was supposed to go with her, but I just said I can't. Like I don't have the money for it or whatever, right? So she calls me. She's doing laundry or whatever, and she's like, we're talking whatever, and then she's like, cause she cashed at me back my money, right? And so she's like, "Did you get your money?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got my money." So then um, she was like, "Well, since you backed out of the trip, you don't want to go." I said, "Hold on, wait a minute. I didn't back out of no trip. You're not saying it right. You're not saying it right. I wanted to go. If I backed out of the trip, I never would have said yes back in March or May when you told me about this. I said, I didn't back out of shit. I wanted to go. I didn't curse at her. I just said, I didn't back out of nothing. I said, I wanted to go, but the prices got higher and higher. And then she's like, well, when you said you don't know, the old Matthew that I know who doesn't back out of stuff. So there you go. She threw that in there again. Who doesn't back out of stuff. If he wants to do something, he does something, because she's talking about last year when I said I wanted to travel and do stuff. Yeah, that's fine. But what she not thinking is, plane tickets were only about $350 to go to DC, round trip ticket. It was a lot cheaper. It still left me with money in my pocket. Then, because I was gone all last year. I was gone. I lost my job right before I left to start going to DC a lot because of that stupid guy. But I was gone all last year, right? And that's a whole nother story because my son whined and bitched about it, and then I still haven't even barely hanged out with him this year. And so did Jama, and it's the same thing. But anyways, and other people. But I'm struggling, guys. I'm the last person who talked to my brother before he did what he did. That mentally is messing with my head. Plus, I'm living in a home with a woman that blames me for what he did and has her own mental issues. And then on top of that, I'm trying to take care of a 15-year-old who has his own issues and feels unloved and unappreciated and uncared for, and I spoil him rotten. Then I have neighbors that need my help. Then I have a lot of other shit going on. I did not want to be doing a cruise right now, right? And so I told her all this, and she kept saying, well, there's a trend with you because I didn't do the Kentucky trip. She said that there's a trend with you. And then because I didn't do this trip we would have just came back today, the Ohio trip, she's like, there's a trend with you. You back out last minute or something like that. So there's a trend with you. And I'm just like, wait a minute. Because she's going back to like early 2015 when she booked this concert. I'm at almost 700 pounds, guys. She wants me to go to a Christian concert at Disney thinking that I can walk from the car all the way and then stand up because it's not a sit down concert. And she's thinking that I can do all of this. And I keep telling her like, hey, that sounds fun, but no, because I can't walk. And she spent like $700 or whatever it was. I forget how much it was on the tickets. I'm like, take someone else. Take my brother, take my dad, take my mom, whoever it is. Why are you trying to force me to go? Like, she doesn't take no for an answer. It's like, well, I don't want to live in regret. That's you. You don't live in regret. I'm fine. Like, I'm nothing new. Like, oh, so she was trying to guilt trip me into going to see my brother's kids. Not one of them have said, Uncle Matt, I want to see you. Not one of them. Now, when my niece was here, yes, she did say that. But it was hard to get down there to her. But this whole holiday thing, no. They didn't even ask to see me. So, no, I don't like when she does that. So, that's honestly one of the reasons why I'm not going to SeaWorld, because I don't want to deal with her mouth. Then my ex sister-in-law, I don't want to hear her mouth because she don't shut up. And then my annoying older brother is going Michael's going that I want nothing to do with, because he said that people with disorders or any type of physical issue should be aborted. That's evil. I hope his next child that he has with this new woman that he's messing with, I hope that baby has a disability. Let's see what he does. And honestly, if I go back to my childhood, this dude never loved me. This dude never cared, and this dude never loved me. He never showed me any type of compassion ever. I remember one time they were babysitting us, my older siblings, right? My parents were at some Christmas party, and we were down in the basement on our farm, and we were doing a movie night because the TV was downstairs. And anyways, so we were doing pizza night. We made homemade pizzas. They made me my personal own pizza because I couldn't have cheese. And they were having all this other stuff, right? And I wanted some cheese. I wanted a cheese pizza. But my two sisters said no. My little brother said no because they were like, Matthew, you know what happens. And my older brother, the one that's dead, he said no. But my other brother, who is the oldest of all of us, he comes downstairs and says, give it to him. Like, he wanted me to die. He's like, here, Matthew, eat this cheese pizza. Like, he didn't care about what happened to me. He never once was like, Matthew, like, or take me aside, like, hey, I know you want, because I was like throwing a fit. I wanted a slice of pizza. And he was like, just give it to him, like, he didn't care, And he's never treated me like a normal person. He's always treated me like I have a disability, always. Like, I'm only good enough to take out the trash, or I'm only good enough to hold babies. I'm only good enough to babysit. Like, he's never like ever tried to be like, I'm proud of you. Like, when I lost all that weight, and he was here during that time, never once said, Matthew, I'm proud of you for losing the weight. He says two words to me when he sees me. Hi, Matt, how are you? How you doing? That's good. And that's it. That's all he says. But then and it's not a jealousy thing, but then when my little brother and his wife comes, or before he comes over to our house, he'll go hit up their house and sit there and talk for hours, and then come to our house and then just talk to my mom and dad like I don't even exist. Like, there was last year, March, I think it was, everyone went to my niece's birthday party. I wanted to go so bad. In my head, I just was like, no. So I didn't go. And he was here, and he didn't go until like a little bit later. Dude, he was in the house for like 2 hours after my parents left. He didn't once say nothing to me. Not one word. And I was just like, cool. And his kids are the same way. I thought they would have took after their mom, who loves to talk. And she's a sweet person. Don't get me wrong. She's very sweet. That's why I love her. They took after their dad. Mean, stuck up. All they care about is money and cars and video games. Like, that's it. And it hurt because I was just like, the whole time I was in this house, right? And I'm not expecting kids to come to you. They're kids. I understand that, right? But what I think is funny, because my niece Charlotte, it don't matter what happens, but I think it's because we have a bond, right? I was there when she was super, super little, right? She will come and, Uncle Matt, I'm here. And she'll want her hug. Like, that's been going on for years. So, she always wants her hug. It doesn't matter who's here, what it is. It's like, oh, Uncle Matt's not there. I'm going to go knock on the door. And then she used to like call me when I would be in like DC, and she would cry, why aren't you here? I want to see you. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. And I'll be like, guess what? I'll be home soon. I promise. And like, she'd get all happy. So there's a bond there. Like, she's my niece and I love her to death, and I'm her Uncle Matt and she loves me to death. But like with my other nephew and niece, it's like, but I can't say that because when I went to DC in 2021 during the pandemic, I literally hold my niece Vivian the whole time we were there, the whole time. She didn't want to walk. She'd come to me, up, 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 and I would hold her, and that was it. And then my nephew, he wanted me to hold his hand because he wanted to be with me, and we would walk all over DC when we were there, right? So it's like, I know kids they like you, they don't. They like you, they don't. They have moments. Like, sometimes they want to play with you and be cool and hang out with you, and then some moments they won't, and you're like, okay, what happened? So it's fine. I don't blame them. I blame the parents. That's who I blame. Because parents mold their kids the way they want their kids to be. And yes, you need to teach your kids that not everybody is safe. I agree with that 100%. But when it comes to certain family members, what they hear you say behind closed doors about that family member can make their brain, like when I was growing up, I was told a lot of stuff about my mom's side of the family that makes me just still judge people when I'm in my 30s. So you got to be careful what you say. But I know I've went all over the place, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, like, I'm not going this weekend because, and I know a lot of people would be like, Matthew, you got to suck it up, put your big boy underwear on, and go and just be there for the kids. And I get that. I 100% get that. But I have to share a room with my sister, who I don't want to talk to right now. And I have to be around my brother, who I don't really give an F about or want to be around. My brother, Michael, I don't want to be around him. And then my mom, just the other day, for the first time in September, October, November, December. So in 4 months, they just watched my brother's funeral on the website, on the church's website. And she was screaming, bloody murder. And I'm in my bed. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, yesterday morning. And I come out and I'm like, you know me. It don't matter if I'm mad at you or I'm not mad at you. If I hear you crying and something happens, I can put my feelings aside and be like, are you okay? Go back in your room. Leave me alone. Like, she literally just attacks me. And then my dad just looks at me like, oh, why did you come out here? And I'm just like, that's my mom. I hear her crying. I want to know what's, like, I didn't know what happened. And one, I think she's a little unstable, so I don't know what I'm going to wake up to. And I've already been threatened with scissors before, so I'm always just like, I don't know what I could ever wake up to or come home to. So she's just there screaming bloody murder and still watching the funeral. And she thinks my sister-in-law didn't do it right. And she thinks that because she acted out, that she gets ostracized. And I'm like, no, that's not what it is. My nieces have told me, you were bad-mouthing their father the day before the funeral. And then when you get there, you want to cry out. That's kind of being fickle. So, and then he didn't have a good relationship with her anyways. And, so yeah, anyway, so it's a lot, guys. I know, but it's like I almost want to be like my other older sister. She moved to Nashville. She don't even live. She don't even have no family up there. Nobody. She don't know nobody up there. But she has her coworkers, and she has her dog, who is very old and probably could pass anytime soon. So I've already told her you need to get a new puppy or something. And then she has. That's it. That's it. I have not seen her new place yet. I've been waiting. She told me to wait from last year to this year. So I'm just like, and we're not that close, but still, she got away from family and she wanted nothing to do with my mom. Nothing. Nothing to do with my mom. Nothing to do with my dad. And it kills them. And I know that's sad. It is sad. But I would do something like that. Like I literally would move somewhere where I don't know anybody. And I think that would help me finally stand on my own 2 feet. Like my son wants me to wait 3 years and then me and him get an apartment. Like he don't want me to go nowhere. He don't want to lose me again. I get that. I understand that 100%. But anything could happen in 3 years, And I'm just like, Jama doesn't think that I'm ready. I think psychologically I am ready. Yes, I might be scared the first 2 nights. But dude, I'm practically by myself all the time anyways. What's the difference? Like, this has not ever been a family home to me. I've never even felt safe in this house ever. And we've been here almost 19 years next March. Like, I've never felt safe in this house ever. It's never felt like a home to me. It's always felt like I live in a boarding school and the headmistress is just so mean, and it's just like, yeah, I've never felt like a home. And I always said, and see, this is what makes me mad about my ex, why she died and everything. Me and her both kind of like have had a lot of trauma in our life. And we always said, we were all the 3 musketeers, and we always said if we ever got a home, we would want it to feel safe, one for our son, one for both of us, just where we felt safe and connected and loved and cherished and whatever. And y'all don't know how much that chews me up inside to know that she left us behind and she's in a better place and she couldn't live for us. Like, that's why it makes me so mad when people have an addiction and they have children, they can't put it aside for their children. Like, yes, I eat, but if my eating was making my child not be able to have clothes on his back, food in his stomach, and a roof over his head, dude, I would put my food away so fast. Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, I left him 10 years ago to get my life better. Like I said, dude, if I stay in this relationship, I'm going to be dead faster than her because I was big.